Hey, this is Kim with the Dotted K. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be swatching out my Roman Szmal Aquarius watercolors and doing a little coloring in this nice Watercolor with Me in the Forest by Dana Fox book. Let's get started. First of all, I wanted to let you know I apologize for the first part of this video. This is the second attempt of me filming myself swatching these colors, and I don't have it in me to do another one because it's took an entire year to do the second one. But the beginning of my video this time was corrupted and I couldn't use it, so I missed swatching out the first, I don't know, 6 or 8 colors of my palette. So I apologize. It just kind of cut to the last portion, so it is what it is, and you know, I just can't do it again. But these colors are actually, they're very vibrant, they're very pretty. Let me back up. Let's go back here. Roman Szmal is actually a professional watercolor from Poland. I'm not sure how I found out about this. I'm sure it was someone, an artist here on YouTube. But the colors are really pretty, and I don't know much, really, admittedly, about pigments, but I do know that the more pigments that are used in a color, the more difficult it is to mix those colors together because they have a tendency to kind of get muddied and yucky looking. So if you can find colors that are more single pigment colors, then your ability to mix colors together and make unique colors for you is a lot easier. So that was one of the situations with this brand. They this brand really likes to use more single pigmented colors for their choices in their offerings. So and these are affordable. The price ranges of these watercolor paints right now, I get them, you can get them from Jackson's Art. They're on promotion right now as of February 2025. Prices range anywhere from like $3 to $8 US per large pan. So they don't come in tubes, they come in either half pans or full pans. And what I'm swatching from are full pans. And I did buy these several years ago, so they were a little less expensive, but they're not expensive as far as watercolors go, as far as large pans and half and full pans go. They're quite affordable. They're also made with honey, so that makes these colors, these paints really creamy. They make them easier to wet in, to re-wet on your palette. So you don't really need to scrub your brushes around on the paint pans in order to get a large pigment load for your paintings. And having said that, they also, while they are really easy to re-wet and pick up pigment, they also makes them, they're very vibrant. I think the last light fast ratings for these are for the most part the follow along with professional series watercolors, because these are considered professional series. Very nice, very vibrant, punchy. The colors I chose for my palette, I thought I was really being smart about the ways and the colors I chose. I have a tendency to do, when I paint animals or botanical type things. So I have a heavier palette in the browns and the earthy tones and the pinks. But admittedly, I have colors that are very close to each other and almost look like duplicates and that you don't need. And I just swatched a few right there, the Quin Magenta and the Quin Pink. They literally are made from, I think it looks like, yeah, they're made from the same exact pigment, and one's just a tiny lighter than the other. There's no need for both of those. And there's some others that come up on my palette too that a lot of the browns. It's like I've got dirt, darker dirt, lighter dirt. They're not all that necessary to have all of those. So looking back on it, yeah, there are some colors I would take out of this palette. I mean, and easily done. I made the palette myself, so I can just slip the pans out. But I just wanted to swatch everything that I had again for you guys and show you what I've got. Like I said, the colors, they're beautiful. They're really bright. So, you know, depending on your painting style, you might like your colors really bright. You may like to get more to the point when you paint and not do a ton of layering, because while these are transparent, there are some that are fairly opaque. This shadow violet is, in a sense, I won't call it opaque. There's not any of them that are truly opaque, but they're pretty dark. This shadow violet actually really, it favors, it's really similar to the Daniel Smith Moon Glow. And it's beautiful. It granulates it when it's dry. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I have a lot of blues on my palette. I don't necessarily use blue a lot, but I've got an affinity for the color blue. I like anything that has a color. So, you know, I don't want to, I should say it's my favorite color. Every color is my favorite color, with the exception of maybe brown. But there are some browns that are beautiful. But this ocean indigo and ocean blue, oh my God, that ocean blue is gorgeous. If you just wanted to try a few colors, honestly, ocean blue is, I mean, chef's kiss beautiful. It's one of the prettiest blues I think I've ever seen. Their cobalt teal is gorgeous. I think the cobalt turquoise is beautiful too. But, you know, there's some greens that I love. I have a difficult time myself mixing greens and getting the color I want. And their colors are some of the prettiest I've seen. So gorgeous greens. But some of their colors, I mean, there's some granulation, quite a bit of granulation with some of their colors. Which, if you're not sure what granulation is, it's when the pigment kind of separates out and looks, it kind of settles down into the little nooks and crannies on your paper, and you can kind of see separation between the pigment colors, which, yes, they're single pigments, most of these. They still have some granulation to them when they dry down, but some are more than others, you know. You'll see when I get towards the end, some as they dry, they really granulate, especially the earthy browner tones, dark tones. But the green earth, it granulates, it's beautiful. I mean, if you like green, I like that one. And it's a real transparent, a light, believable green. That's why I like it. I don't know if it's made from it's made from PG-23. I admittedly don't know much about pigments, so I could ramble all day about pigments and wouldn't probably be telling the truth because I don't know much about them. This Aquarius green is gorgeous. Hooker's green, usually not a fan of certain brands of Hooker's green. There's some that I have from my favorite brands that I don't really care for because I think it's too, I don't know, it's too bright. But their Hooker's green is gorgeous. Sap green, I really don't know why I bought sap green because I don't think there's any circumstance where I find that a believable color in the real world. So I think I just bought it for nostalgia because it's usually on a lot of palettes. I don't even know why I got that. But olive green light is gorgeous. now we're coming up on Aquarius Black, and I forgot to mention earlier, they have some colors that I think are I'm not sure if they're unique pigments to them, to this company, Roman Szmal, or if it's not. I'm not really for sure, but they just named some of the colors Aquarius. So there's an Aquarius red on my palette, and then I have Aquarius green. Yes, it's beautiful. And then I've got this Aquarius black. This Aquarius black granulates a lot. You will see it as it dries down. It's real, just real granulating. So I think they have a different blacks that if you don't like that, then that might be another option for you for a different type of black. I happen to like some granulation. I know when I first started painting, I didn't like it. But as I've went along, I've found that I like the variations it gives when you're painting. So I hope you enjoyed all the swatching of the beautiful colors. Like I said, I love all the colors. Give me all the colors. You can never have too much paint, which really you can, because I have entirely too much paint. But it's one of my goals for the year is to start using the things that I have instead of just looking at them, because I love looking at them, but I need to use them. So that ocean blue is the bomb. It's my jam. But there's the look of the swatches. They're really pretty. So pretty. Oh, there I'm showing the Quin Magenta and the Quinacridone Pink. There's no need to have both of those on your swatches. There really isn't. And I think the browns down here, the red ochre, transparent oxide red, those are really close. The natural sienna, Monte, Amata, and the trans yellow oxide, those are they are almost exactly the same. But here I've got this nice, neat little book, this Watercolor with Me book by Dana Fox. I got this a couple of years ago. It is actually printed on watercolor paper. I think it's not a cotton watercolor paper. I think it's a cellulose. So it's good for practice. I mean, you're not going to probably be able to create a lot of masterpieces on this paper, but it's fine. It's good. It's nice to get a feel for how different people do different things, and to maybe play around with your colors, to get back into your space and start doing things and get out of a block. And that's what I was doing here. I haven't really painted a lot here recently, so I just thought, I want to show some of these colors, which I should have probably picked the flowers because they would have shown brighter, but I thought, well, let's work on this wolf. And you should look at your reference photos when doing this. And there really wasn't a photo, but I had her painting to go by. And I started doing that, and then I just started slopping stuff down on the paper. And I wished I would have stopped, but I didn't. And there it is. Like I said, this was an easy, just want to put, get my brush wet and put paint on paper and do something. And I did. Would I hang this up in my house? No. Is there anything wrong with it? No. But I just, it was fun. It's nice to do, and I will go back to this book to do that again. The way she suggests to do the technique in this book was to do, this is what they call a pen and wash or ink and wash technique. And she actually suggested to get your markings in ink first down on the paper and then do your coloring. And I wished I had have done that the way she suggested it, because it was a little difficult to see the lines afterwards. And I think I would have been a lot more conservative with the colors I put down on the paper. But I didn't. I did it the way that usually it's done. It's usually done with the colors first and then the ink or the pen afterwards. So it is what it is. But here, where I'm putting the color in underneath the wolf, and I'm kind of scrubbing with my brush, scrubbing out the color, I noticed that the paper kind of started to ball up a little bit. So that's what made me think that this was a cellulose paper. It's not going to handle what a cotton paper would do. And that's fine, because you're not going to create a masterpiece on this. Or you might. I didn't, but you may. But this is not a lot of layered paper. This is a couple color paper. But it's still fun, and I think it's good with the book. I did purchase the book on Amazon, I'm sure. I am pretty sure. And it's got that the suggested price is $22.99, and I don't know. I bought this a few years ago, so I couldn't really tell you how much it is, but I will put a link. If it's still available for purchase, I'll put a link in the description box. And I'm also going to put a link in the description box for the Roman Szmal watercolor paints. They're beautiful. If you're looking to, if you like vibrancy, if you've been considering maybe white nights, I had the White Nights palette, and I ended up giving it to my granddaughter because I liked, you know, less vibrant colors, and I have a tendency to have a heavy hand, so I gave it to my granddaughter to use. And these are very similar to those, but as far as the colorness and the vibrancy goes. But I don't know, I'll have to find something to do these with. These would be good in actual, like if you like to use watercolors in your coloring books, if you've got the coloring books with a paper that can handle the wet, these are beautiful. They really are. They're really pretty. Here I go marking up my wolf. Probably should have just, you know, stopped putting marks on it after a certain point. But, you know, sometimes you just keep going. And you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. But it's okay. Thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping to put up some more videos more often. Like I say, this is the year I think I'm just gonna do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I keep telling myself, these videos, they don't have to be perfect. If people like them, they like them. If they don't, they don't. And it's something to do, and I enjoy it, and it gets me motivated to do things and work on stuff. And I'm learning new techniques with new materials and color pencils, and I've got so much stuff. So I'm just going to start showing my stuff. It's not to brag. It is just, I bought it, I have it, I need to use it. Let's show it. I'm going to share it. It's fun. So thanks again for joining me. I'm going to put a link to the materials in the description box. If you feel so inclined, if you want to share it, that's fine. I mean, if somebody likes swatching videos, then, you know, they may like it. They may not. I don't know. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. It's free. Good karma. Makes the world go round. Feel free to subscribe. I'll try to post videos sometime. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.